What's going on, folks? We're back. It's another episode of Make the Right Play. Feels a little bit more like normal. We got the intro going here. As always, the coach on my left here. We got Yabui behind the camera, making everything work for us, making everything sound great for us. Shout out Yabui Media for all your media needs in the Pensacola area. And Coach, we were talking about it before the show starts. It seemed like such a gloomy week almost, right? I mean, every time you opened your phone, opened your laptop, opened social media, Facebook, Twitter, anything, it was just negativity city all over the place. Yeah. Negative vibes, negative vibes, negative vibes. And we're here, and it's another Wednesday, another episode, and we start off the episode with breaking news that Jimmy Kimmel's been pulled off the air. Literally 20 minutes before we go live, we get the notification that Jimmy Kimmel's been pulled off the air by ABC Media and Disney and Next Corp, I think was the corporation that said we're not airing him. And it's, you know, more negative vibes. Cancel culture is alive and well.
Well, I have to tell you, I never thought I'd see the day where the left's game would be used on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
big
now
time.
This cancel culture is just out of control already.
Yeah. It really is.
I mean, you know, like we were talking about it, and if you're a teacher and you're going to show a snuff film, right, with Charlie Kirk getting shot in the throat to a bunch of 10 and 11-year-olds, yes, you deserve to be fired. Yeah. That is something, you know, if you're a government worker, if you're a doctor, there's certain things that you have a certain position of power that you got to keep certain things to yourself. It's just a matter of professionalism.
Yeah,
but
totally.
I think the left has, you know, just been like, they feel like they are always right. They always have the moral high ground. And you know what? There's only one person who's always right, and that's Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. And I guess they're just going to have to learn it the hard way that, you know,
big time.
You know how they made all those jokes that Charlie Kirk was for the Second Amendment?
Yeah.
Well, now it's like, you know, you were for cancel culture, so I guess now you're going to be canceled. And Jimmy Kimmel is learning that the hard way right now. Yeah,
we're in a really, really awkward spot, right? Because, you know, for years, the Democrats were always pushing censorship, right? We've talked about it on 1,000 times on this show about censorship and how the media was always censoring the other opinion, and it was very tight. Now we're at a crossroads where it's almost uncomfortable because it feels like we're almost on that path, right?
And I don't like it.
We're censoring the other side, and not that it's tough because, like you said, people in positions of power, people with influence have to be extra careful because people listen to what you say, right? You have authority. Right. It's different vibe.
If you're a doctor and you had to take the Hippocratic Oath, you shouldn't be happy when somebody gets murdered.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right. And we'll talk about that, the New Jersey doctor.
Yeah, like, you know, that is something that, okay, you should be fired. You're a doctor, you took the Hippocratic Oath, and, you know, you're celebrating in front of patients. Oh, I'm glad he got killed. I know I wouldn't feel good about that being my doctor. Right. However, Jimmy Kimmel is on television, and he should be able to say whatever the hell he wants to say.
Agreed. Yeah,
you know?
I agree with you. He should be able to say whatever the hell he wants to say, and it's, you know, like I said, we're at a tough spot because we're on a crossroads where we're starting to cancel, you know, the left. And listen, I think Jimmy Kimmel is an a-hole, for lack of a better term. I think he's an ass. What he said is, you know, he was being an ass, but I don't think he should be pulled off the air for it.
Well, why don't you play what he said so that way people can hear?
Let's show it. So let's go straight to clip 17 and show what Jimmy Kimmel said there.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. In between the finger pointing, there was grieving. On Friday, the White House flew the flags at half-staff, which got some criticism. But on a human level, you can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They just started construction of the new ballroom for the White House, which is something they've been trying to get, as you know, for about 150 years. And it's going to be a beauty.
Yes. He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction. Demolition, construction.
So I definitely don't think he should be pulled off the air for that. Listen, the whole Trump thing with, you know, Charlie Kirk, and Trump is one of those people where I don't think that he likes to talk about loss. Like I think he kind of just likes to try to move on from it. He is speaking at Charlie Kirk's funeral on Sunday, and I think that's where we'll hear a lot of his sentiment and a lot of his message. But I think, I think in that moment he's like, listen, we got to, I'm trying to move on. We got to avoid the topic. I think, Trump just gets uncomfortable talking about it. What do you think, Coach? Do you think he's just being an asshole? What do you think?
No, I feel like, he didn't want to talk about it. That wasn't the time or place to discuss somebody that he had a relationship's murder. That's what I think.
Yeah.
So I think he made a statement about it, and, he just didn't want to discuss it at that moment. It's tough when somebody gets murdered that where who knows how that could affect you.
Right.
But, the one thing I have to say is that I cannot get over the amount of evil energy that I have felt over the past week. Just utter evil energy. And Jimmy Kimmel, he can't even help himself but lie.
Yeah.
He can't even help himself but say, oh, it was a MAGA guy who killed Charlie Kirk. Like, that is a lie, okay?
Yeah. Blatant lie.
And the thing is that the left has gotten away with lying a lot.
Yeah.
They tell a lot of lies.
They do.
And the problem is that a lot of people believe the lies of the government. They believe the lies of the media, and it has caused our country so much discord. And it is sad. Speaking of discord, even according to Discord, they don't even have these group chats that, according to the government, they had.
Yeah.
I mean,
that they can't find the group chats.
There's so many lies. Wherever there's chaos and confusion, there is the evil one.
Yeah, totally. You're 100% right. And we're going to talk about, right? So let's get into it, because there was a lot of updates that have come out since we've last been on the air about what happened, right? So we know the killer, Tyler Robinson, the alleged killer. Let's make that clear. Alleged killer, Tyler Robinson. Lately, in the last couple of days, it has been an uproar on X, the Everything app. Everything happens on X. It is crazy town, because Candace Owens feels that everything is being covered up right now. There's a massive cover up taking place.
Everybody, it's not just Candace Owens.
Well, Candace Owens is the first to talk about it.
Well, the issue is, and I watched Redacted, and Redacted has discussed it as well.
Yeah.
But the issue is that when you read those text messages, it looks like a script.
Yeah,
it looks
completely
like a
looks like a
script
script.
to go and say, oh, this is what happened, and let's just tie everything up with a nice neat bow and put it aside and say this is over. Let's move on to something else.
100%.
And the issue is that whenever that happens, that means stop what you're doing. Don't listen to them. You got to look in the other direction. You need to use discernment. You got to go to church. You need to start praying, and you need to start having discernment. And one thing about Charlie Kirk, one thing about Candace Owens is that they put God first.
They do.
And Candace Owens has discernment.
Yeah.
So she is not reading those text messages with no timestamps, by the way, and believing it for a second.
Yeah.
It is such BS.
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely. It completely is BS. And you read the text messages, and the text messages are definitely not something that a 22-year-old would say, right? And I'm 25. I know how people text our age, and this just isn't it, right? I'm looking at some of these text messages, and it's just like not something that you say. Like it's crazy.
First of all, my 22-year-old cannot send me clear, cohesive text messages. They have so many abbreviations, so many things that I have to go to Google and say, what does RTF? It's just capitalizations, periods. I don't think anybody that age group writes text messages that way.
Like, listen to this text message, right? This is one of the text messages that Tyler Robinson sent to Lance Twigg, his lover. I'm wishing I had circled back and grabbed it as soon as I got to my vehicle, ... I am worried what my old man would do if I didn't bring back grandpa's rifle, ... I don't even know if it had a serial number, but it wouldn't trace to me. I worry about Prince. I had to leave it in a bush where I changed outfits. I didn't have the ability or time to bring it with. I might have to abandon it and hope that they don't find Prince. How the F will I explain losing this to my old man?
But Carlos, I feel like Lance Twiggs?
Yeah, Lance Twiggs.
I feel like he was writing stuff and they redacted it. Like, I don't feel like there was no
response?
Right. Exactly. I feel like Lance was responding, and you know what? How come Lance isn't in jail right now? Because he had, you know, what are the timestamps? How long did he know that Tyler was out there, this killer on the loose, and didn't let authorities know right away?
Yeah. Right?
No,
like, you're 100%
isn't there some
right.
kind of responsibility for that?
Only thing I left was the rifle wrapped in a towel. Yeah, and it almost seems like he's responding to like something. Like, like there's a response missing here.
Exactly.
Right? And then all of a sudden you get delete this exchange. My dad wants photos of the rifles. He says Grandpa wants to know.
How long is that?
Yeah.
I mean, is that the next day?
There's a massive time jump here.
Exactly.
There's a massive time jump.
So how long did Lance Twigg know that his lover was out there being a killer and they're looking for him, and he never called the police? He never said anything.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Nothing.
but I know a wife would go to jail.
Right.
A wife would be arrested.
Yeah, immediately. They said that Lance has been cooperating, right? That Lance has been cooperating with the authorities. Let me tell you something right now. And this is just my opinion. This is just what I'm feeling in my gut.
What are you feeling? Because we're all allowed to have our own alleged opinion.
Right. This is completely my opinion. This is what I'm feeling. I think that this is a setup that Tyler Robinson is laying down for Lance.
You think Lance was the killer?
I think Lance was the killer. On the roof with the rifle.
And then they came up with this concoction. So like,
first thing I didn't like was the changing in the outfits. I don't know anybody who or any killer in any instance that would go to the scene and then change outfits and then change back to outfits and be in the same outfit for 33 straight hours. That just doesn't make sense to me. Where was he for 33 hours? Right.
Where did he go?
Yeah. He wasn't with Lance, so he didn't go back to the house. And then he went back to his parents' house.
And he wasn't with the parents right away.
Right away, right. He went back to the parents' house at the end.
When the dad was like, you need to come and we need to talk to you. We need to get the neighbor. Well, according to the government, like, that's the problem. We can't believe a word that they're saying.
Yeah,
we really can't believe them. And honestly, in my heart, I feel like they're fall guys. I think he wishes he was the one who had a shot that good, and he didn't, but he might believe that he was the one who had a shot that good. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it was some other killer.
Yeah, I don't get this. Doesn't make sense.
They're just taking the fall for it.
This isn't adding up to me.
It's not adding up to me either.
Yeah, like I don't like the way the direction of this investigation is going. I don't like how there's just too many holes.
And you know what the problem is? The media would be more than happy to believe this story. You have to play the video of the guy on ABC, how he reacted to the text messages. Like a real investigative reporter. Wait till you hear this. Like, you could tell this guy wants to get to the bottom of things.
Yeah, he really seems very passionate about what's taking place. Let's go here, you buoy. Let's show clip 6.
We have seen an alleged murder with such specific text messages about the alleged murder weapon, where it was hidden, how it was placed, what was on it, but also it was very touching in a way that I think many of us didn't expect. A very intimate portrait into this relationship between the suspect's roommate and the suspect himself, with him repeatedly calling his roommate, who was transitioning, calling him my love, and I want to protect you, my love. So it was this duality of someone who the attorney said not only jeopardized the life of Charlie Kirk and the crowd, but was doing it in front of children, which is one of the aggravating circumstances of this case. And on the other hand, he was, speaking so lovingly about his partner. So a very interesting and, as Pierre said, riveting press conference, David.
Riveting.
What a love story.
Riveting.
You know what? I think they're going to make a movie now, like on Amazon Prime or Netflix, the love story of Tyler and Lance. And it's like, na, 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 na. My love, nothing says I love you more than a bullet to the throat to someone.
Yeah,
that's
killing
love,
somebody for
baby.
You. That's true love.
Give me a break. That's sick, is what it is.
Yeah.
That's not love.
But again, ABC and people of influence creating a narrative around support for the killer.
Yes.
Support for the killer.
Yes.
Again, they did this with Luigi, and now they're doing this again here. We're going to create a narrative to support the killer. And that's the biggest problem.
You're going to see people show up at the courtroom crying, holding signs.
Right. You did us justice.
Yeah.
Killed a Nazi.
Yeah,
fascist.
of course. Like they're of course the eternal victim. They're the victim again.
Yep.
He killed a father and a husband, but he's the victim.
Yep.
The murderer is the victim.
Yeah. We're doing him a disservice.
This is sick. This isn't isn't investigative reporting.
It's
this
not at
guy
all.
should be like, oh my gosh, look at this series of text messages. Like, if you think you're trying to get away with murder, would you send all these text messages? Like, you think this guy would act like an investigative reporter, but he is a con artist. He's not a reporter.
And speaking about investigative reporting, why is it that only Candace Owens is the only one asking any sort of questions ever? She's the only one.
Because she's Charlie Kirk's best
Like,
friend.
she's the only person.
She really loves him, and she's his best friend, and she wants to get to the bottom of it, and nobody owns Candace Owens. They fired her 2 years ago when she tweeted, Christ is King, and she had to go out on her own and have her own podcast, rely on independent financing. She's not beholden to anyone, and that's what gives her the freedom. The actual, he had the shirt freedom. She actually has the freedom to be able to go out there and speak her truth.
I guess
Actually,
that's
not even hers.
But I just it shocks me that all these people who are, you know, so close to Charlie's friends, Charlie this, Charlie that, and nobody else is asking questions. We can't be the only ones, guys, that
Tucker
sees
Carlson.
the whole. But Tucker Carlson had to wait for Candace to do it.
Right. He came on last night. And then Matt Gaetz was like,
finally today.
He like disappeared off the face of the earth. And I know he was good friends with.
He's working double shifts at Publix though. I mean, he's working hard right now. You got to give Matt Gaetz a break.
Give Matt Gaetz a break.
He's working double shifts.
Listen, he has a new baby. I'm sure there's a lot of stress, and I'm sure he freaked out because him and that guy were friends, Charlie Kirk.
Yeah, well,
So
everybody
Matt
apparently is
Gaetz-
Charlie Kirk's friend.
No, but Matt Gaetz and him were friends. Like, I've even seen videos of them, and just like Candace and him were really friends, like for years. And it's just really sad. It's really sad that our country has gotten to a point where you have media who they're supposed to be the investigative journalists just buying the BS. You have a late night talk show just telling a lie, saying that it was a MAGA guy who killed Charlie Kirk. And it's like nobody cares about doing the right thing anymore.
It's true. Nobody cares about doing the right thing. Nobody cares about finding what actually happened. And that makes me feel more like there's so much more to the story. That nobody like actually gives a shit to find out what actually happened, why they're hiding little bits and pieces of information.
Well, Candace Owens wants the camera that was behind Charlie Kirk. Like, as soon as they brought him to the ambulance, or like brought him to the hospital, I think it was somebody's car. They didn't even have an ambulance there.
No, they put it in a car.
They ran and they grabbed the camera that was behind him. And she worked for Turning Point, and she contacted that person and said, I want to see the footage. And she's like, we can go through lawyers. I'm not going to broadcast it. But if I watch that footage and I see that what happened was the truth, I'll be the first one to go on my podcast and say, this is the truth.
Right.
And they know. They know.
And then they'll probably never respond.
Well, I'm sure she's talking to different people, and I'm sure she has friends at Turning Point. And I know that if they have a conscience, and they know that what the narrative isn't really what's happening, I think that they'll want to come out and tell the truth.
You got to hope. You have to hope that will be the case. That they want to tell the truth and actually find out, you know, what actually happened, where the things are, and like, it's been crazy, right? Rumors are circulating everywhere. Candace said Bibi was involved.
She didn't say that Bibi was involved. This is why I think Candace is so upset. She's upset because he's going on a media tour crying about how upset he is about Charlie Kirk. And he's putting his narrative, because of course, right? He has to put his narrative out there. And the thing is behind the scenes, they were pulling a lot of Charlie Kirk's funding because he's getting tired of the genocide that's going on.
Whoa, Free Palestine?
Listen, he's not free Palestine. He wants Israel to win, but at the same time, it really is disgusting when you see children starving to death.
Because it is disgusting.
It is.
It is disgusting. And as somebody who, you know, is Israel, it's a very complicated situation. What they're doing right now in Gaza is terrible. It's terrible. They're killing those people off. That's what they're doing. They're killing those people off. Now, the United States has many times said, you know, to all the other countries around to take those people in, and said, we'll pay for you to take these people in. They don't want those people. So, but what Israel's doing right now is killing those people off. And Charlie Kirk has, you know, he was seeing what was actually happening, and he was turning away.
Listen, war is ugly.
Plus, he's not Netanyahu guy.
The problem is when you're lying, it's the lies. It's the lies. When you're trying to say that you're being a humanitarian, but you know you're really killing people, it makes people sick. It's the lies that make people sick. That's why I'm not into cancel culture. show me your ugly.
Yeah.
Show me your ugly. Let me see where your heart really is. Because you're either with Jesus or you're against God and you're on the dark side. And let me tell you, this past week, I have seen the true colors of a lot of people who are on the dark side.
A lot of people.
A lot of people. And all I could say is, wow, where is your conscience? Where is the love?
Yep.
And you know, today I was listening to my meditation and to the life of St. Francis.
Oh, and Halo?
Of course.
Yeah, shout out
Hallow.
Halo.
I'm pretty sure it's Hallow.
Are you sure?
Yes.
All right.
So I'm listening to my meditation and there was a poem. And the one thing that really stood out to me is the world is a trap.
The world is a trap.
The world is a trap to get you away from God. Really think about it. Like that was the message in this poem. And it really stuck out to me because I'm like, how many times did I fall into the devil's trap? How many times
0.
myself, I have fallen into his trap. I have fallen,
I don't know
every
about that, Coach.
single human on this earth, with the exception of Jesus, maybe the Blessed Mother too,
Shout out
has
the Blessed Mother.
fallen into the trap of Satan. And the thing is that God wants to be right next to us. But the earth, the world, people, opinions, lies, they're always there being thrown in front of us, ready to trap us into not being in our best relationship with Jesus and with God.
That's why confession is so important. And we talk, you know,
Exactly.
that's so important. But, you know, shout out to Catholics. That's Catholic only. Just saying.
Well, confession is
saying.
really important. It's a
Very,
sacrament.
very important.
It's a sacrament. And the thing is that you have to work on your relationship with God.
Yeah.
But if you're falling on all these traps where you're committing a bunch of sins, the only thing that's going to do is move you further and further away from God. And people get trapped with the things that are beautiful on earth. They get trapped in their sorrows. They get trapped in their victimhood. As, you know, our priest put it so beautifully, I thought, the other day when he said you get trapped. Because look, the one thing about the Blessed Mother, right? From the minute that Jesus is born, they are going after her. She has to go around the other way because the three kings say, listen, you better not go the way you came because King Herod's looking to kill you and your baby. He's killing every baby. I mean, her whole life, she had to watch her son suffer.
Her whole life.
Right? And then she's standing at the bottom of the cross when Jesus has just been beat up, nailed to the cross, crucified, and like the priest said over the weekend, did she run out and get an army and say, that's it, I've had it with these people. Let's gang up and we're going to kill all these people who crucified my son.
Yeah.
No, she stayed close to God.
Yep.
She stayed close to God. She was like, thy will be done. And Jesus says, vengeance is mine.
Yeah.
Vengeance is mine. So for people to go and say it's okay to kill somebody because you don't like what they say, you really need to go have a come to Jesus moment, get on your knees and pray and say, God, what am I doing? What am I doing that I am falling into this trap thinking that I should wish death on somebody because I don't like what they have to say?
Yeah.
Honestly, like really think about what trap you fell into.
Yeah, you're 100% right.
Honestly.
You're 100% right. You do. You fall into the trap and you become this dark version of yourself. And people really need to look inside and reflect. That they have to reflect. They have to ask God, you know, for guidance and get back to praying. But you're 100% right. I mean, that was, you know, the Blessed Mother is so important. And I feel that she's been taken out of society almost, right? Like she doesn't get the recognition. She doesn't get the recognition of how important she was because that's true. I mean, and one thing I will say about everything that's happened so far, you have yet to see, you know, knock on wood, that we never will see it, but you don't see any crazy riots. You don't see people, you know, getting out of control. People are praying. I see a lot of prayer vigils. That's what I see. A lot of prayer vigils. They had one here in Pensacola. They had one at Liberty University. They had a ton. They had them all over the country. A lot of people are praying. A lot of people are praying, which is what Charlie would have wanted, was people to go back to prayer. You know, he was praying the rosary all the time. A lot of people say he was converting to being a Catholic because his wife is a Catholic.
Yeah.
And he even did a little speech about the Blessed Mother. We have it. You want to show it?
Yeah, let's show what he said about the Blessed Mother.
Let's show it. Clip one here.
But let me first say, I think we as Protestant evangelicals under-venerate Mary. She was very important. She was a vessel for our Lord and Savior. I think that we as evangelicals and Protestants, we've overcorrected. We don't talk about Mary enough. We don't venerate her enough. Mary was clearly important to early Christians. There's something there. In fact, I believe one of the ways that we fix toxic feminism in America is Mary is the solution. Have more young ladies be pious, be reverent, to be full of faith, slow to anger, slow to words at times. Mary is a phenomenal example, and I think a counter to so much of the toxicity of feminism in the modern era.
Yeah.
Well, you know what Mary did? Mary said yes, right?
Mm-hmm.
When the angel Gabriel shows up to Mary and says, you know, the Lord is with you, blessed are you among women.
Yeah.
And you know, that's in the Bible, blessed are you among women.
Right.
Right? So she's not like, you know, nothing angers me more, I have to say, than when I'm on TikTok and I see a TikTok where it's like, Mary's dead, Mary's in the grave. First of all, Mary's body rose up to heaven. There is no grave for Mary.
Yeah.
Okay? She rose just like Jesus. Okay? There's no body. Show me the grave. Show me. You think that if Jesus' mother died, that grave wouldn't be marked?
Yeah.
Come
there
on,
wouldn't be a
use your
marking
head.
for it.
She is the new Ark of the Covenant. She gave birth to Jesus, who is the truth, who is the light, who is the Son of God.
Yeah.
The Son of God.
Yeah.
And the thing is that a lot of people are not praying for her, you know, intercession. Because the thing is like, I'll say, Carlos, say a prayer for me. You know, your booey, say a prayer for me. That's how it is, Mary. Say a prayer for me. You're Jesus' mother. He might listen to you.
Right.
Right? He may not
He'll
listen
take
to me,
message from you.
But, you know.
He'll pick up your call.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is
You're
that they,
100% right.
you know, it's just like, I hate Catholics, I hate Mary, I hate this, she's in a hole, she's a great, no, I'm sorry, she's blessed among all women,
Right.
okay?
Yeah. You're 100%
She's not
right.
like you. She's not like you. She's blessed among all women. Seriously. So I just have to say that I love the Blessed Mother, and I feel that doing the rosary, Padre Pio used to say, bring me my weapon, and it was the rosary.
And it was the rosary.
And we did the
People are
rosary
doing
every
the-
day during COVID.
We sure did. Prayer group. Remember? Shout out prayer group. We had the conference call and everything. Old
Yeah.
school. It was great. It was great times. It was great times. Shout out to the chat. I see Trent Briggs verified. Where are the text message timestamps?
Exactly.
Team
That's
Candace,
what we
100%. That you're 100% right.
Yep.
And we were talking about it earlier. Listen, there are just too many things that aren't adding up. There's too many missing pieces. Why? Where did he go in those 33 hours? Where was he hiding? Right? He said the town was locked down. He couldn't get back to the rifle. He was like somewhere else. He wasn't at home and he wasn't with his parents until the very end. So where did he go? Why do we not know that information? Why was that not revealed
and
to
why
us?
do we have an edited chat? Right?
An edited
Where
chat.
are Lance Twig's responses? Where are
Right.
his questions? I want to know if this guy was involved. I want to know if other people were involved.
And originally they said it was
On Discord, but Discord says there was no message or group like that.
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting. It is interesting that Discord hasn't released any sort of official text message or
But
anything
you know
like
what
that.
got me mad too is I can't. What's his name? Charlie Kirk's pastor told Candace to shut up. That this was not the time to go digging. This is exactly the time to go digging.
At the beginning of the investigation.
Now that's a friend. A friend doesn't
Yeah.
do what everybody tells him what to do. A friend
true.
fights for you and says, "Oh no, I smell a rat, and
Right.
I want to get to the bottom of this because this is my friend and I love him, and I'm Candace Owens. And if anybody can get to the bottom of it, including finding out if the First Lady of France is a man, it's
That's a
Candace
dick.
Owens."
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Yep.
Nobody can
Yep.
get to the bottom of things like Candace Owens. And I got to tell
100%.
you, Brigitte Macron, probably the happiest person on the earth right now.
Yeah, she's
Because
probably
she's like-
thrilled.
She's like, I
Yeah.
can't believe it took Charlie Kirk getting a bullet. Maybe she's the one who killed Charlie Kirk. Who knows?
Maybe.
Because
Maybe.
that guy getting killed.
Allegedly.
It's like Candace Owens has been all about Charlie Kirk. She don't care about Brigitte's dick at all anymore.
Nobody cares about the dick of Brigitte
Nobody
anymore.
cares anymore.
Nobody cares about the dick of
It's like,
Brigitte.
it's all. Now, you have to show, because Candace is a woman on a mission. She literally has crazy eyes.
Candace
She
is a
has
woman
the
on the
crazy eyes.
But that first episode where
You're
she
right,
went live
Trent. No
right after
questions.
was that was a woman on the mission. Let's show clip 8 here. You could see it in her eyes that she's fired up, to say
Yeah.
the least.
I will be an enemy of you. There will be nothing that can stop me. This is not a threat. This is a promise. There will be nothing that can stop me. I will release every single text message. I am telling you to back off right now. Like right now. Don't do it, okay? Don't you think about it. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly who you were that were exerting pressure. Don't you pretend to be noble now and say nice things about Charlie Kirk and think you're going to slide into his chair over my dead body, which I'm sure can be arranged.
All right, well, that's not the one with the real crazy eyes.
No, well, the eyes weren't crazy there.
Well, no, they weren't. She was like but she had some crazy eyes on one of the other podcasts.
Yesterday's
but we don't have the
episode.
video.
We don't have the video.
But even on Candace's show, she'll say, "Do we have the video?" They'll say, "No, we don't have the video."
That's true.
So even with the best,
That's
sometimes
true.
the video is not available.
Yeah. No, she's gonna find the answers though. If anybody's gonna find the answers, I think it's gonna be her. And yeah, it's frustrating that she's the only one asking any questions. I guess Tucker's on the train now. Tucker's going to ask some questions. Tucker's going to dig around. I mean, Ted Cruz was going after Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens today on X. He was going after them. Things are starting to get heated, and it makes me a little sick that all the other Republicans aren't interested in finding out the truth.
Because they're the uniparty.
Yeah, the rhino.
They're the people in power. Listen, it's not Republican, it's not Democrat, it's the uniparty.
Right.
That's what makes Donald Trump so unique, because he's MAGA. He's not part of the uniparty.
Yep.
But you know what? Honestly, Donald Trump has so many things going on between Ukraine, Russia. Now he's in Great Britain.
Yeah.
And you got to show the picture of what Melania looked like.
Oh, my
meeting
gosh,
with
yes.
King Charles.
You got that picture of the hat? You got to see this. This was some picture. Look at that. Look at her wearing that hat.
She broke out another hat.
That's a big hat.
Don't come near me. Don't try to kiss me.
She looks a little scary in that photo, honestly. That's
It does. It's
that's
like
a little
horror
frightening.
movie
Yeah, like
picture.
that's I think a picture of the new Conjuring movie.
Well, I think she wants to send them a message like, don't try to kiss me.
Right. Just don't talk to me.
You know, like.
You think she'd wear that hat when meeting Poon? A fellow Eastern European person? You think she would wear that hat? Or is it just the Western whites that she'll wear that hat
I
for?
don't know. Maybe.
I don't think she'd wear that hat at all if they went to Moscow.
I think it's the globalists that she doesn't like so
Oh,
much.
okay, it's
So
the
it's
globalists?
dealing with any of the globalists that are doing all this stuff behind our backs.
I don't know. The nun. Yeah.
It is.
It's
Right?
a
It's like The
scary look.
Conjuring.
It's a scary look. I can't believe that she went with that look.
I can believe it, because even for the inauguration, she had the giant hat that if people, it was like, don't come near me.
Don't come in the
come
brim of
near
the
me.
hat.
Yes,
is
that is a don't come near me hat. And
Yeah.
she pulled it off. She was like, King Charles, keep your dirty English hands off of me.
Mm-hmm.
Carmela, don't even come near me.
Well, I don't like that they had all those images. I don't know if you saw where they were not broadcasting. They were projecting images on the side of Windsor Castle of like Trump's mugshot and Trump at like the picture of him and Jeffrey Epstein from like 1990 something. They were like putting the picture, like they were trying to be like dicks, like the British people. It's like, listen, figure out your own country right now.
Don't think it's an accident that the reason why they have to have it at Windsor Castle is because London is ready to go on fire.
Yeah.
Those
Yes.
people came out over the weekend and they were like on fire. And the thing is that they hate Keir Starmer so much that the left might actually agree with the right just to kill Keir Starmer.
Oh,
Honestly.
you think so?
Yeah,
Think
because
that's
nobody likes him.
Yeah.
I mean, the Tommy Robinson, right? Is that his name? Or Tommy? The
I don't know.
soccer player? I don't know. But he organized the whole event.
Mm-hmm.
And Keir Starmer's a wanker. Keir Starmer's a wanker. Yeah, everywhere. And what do you think of Keir Starmer? He's a wanker.
London
Every
is crazy.
single person.
Yeah.
Then they went to the left, like the people like protesting this protest.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think of Keir Starmer? I really don't like him. They didn't say he's a wanker because they're not real English people,
Right,
you know?
yeah.
But they were like, no, we really don't like him. We're not fans of Keir Starmer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my gosh, nobody likes Keir Starmer.
There's a lot of places that are burning, but I mean, we're also infatuated on the whole Charlie Kirk thing. They just don't talk about it, right?
Nepal?
Nepal, yeah. Like, look, we got to show the video of Nepal right now because it's crazy town. What's going on? You got to show clip 16. This is nuts. The people
fur hat
riding in the
from
street.
Moscow.
Yeah, fur hat from Moscow. Yeah, that's probably what she would wear. 100%.
What the fuck am I witnessing right now? We are winning. Parliament has been destroyed.
All right, Bowie, show clip 15.
As soon as that is our fish, we're going boys, we are doing this because.
Look what they did. Look what
That's
they did
like
to the
the
White
White
House.
House
Yeah.
in the palm.
Yeah. Like they completely burnt it to the ground that night. Like it's
And
crazy
How
what's
much
going on.
chaos and confusion is there? How much evil is in this world? You go to the East, right? You go to Eastern Europe, war, destruction, millions of people dying.
Yeah.
You go to Great Britain, tons of people protesting. They're upset. People are being raped. People are being murdered.
Yeah.
You know, you come to the United States, somebody who says, you know, come debate me, gets shot in the neck.
Yeah.
You know, we have a series
It's
of
crazy what's
trannies
going
like
on.
going out and shooting people all over the place in this country now.
Yeah.
And the thing is that it's probably because the pharmaceutical companies are poisoning them. Let's be honest. They
With
are
the
forced to
medications?
take so many drugs, those poor trannies. And I honestly have sympathy for them because they really need to see a psychiatrist. Why aren't the psychiatrists being held accountable? It should be like, listen, I'm sorry to tell you, but this is something you can't just decide you're
Well,
not.
because they've normalized that you can cut your dick off
Listen,
and be a woman, though.
Like
They
you ran the
normalized
experiment,
that.
the experiment failed. This started about 15 years ago when they started doing it to these kids. And then what happens is the kids grow up and it's a man playing volleyball. When they were in the 3rd grade, you could pass them off as a little girl. But then they're seniors in high school, they're in college, they're men. They're not women. You can't change that. And we need to have psychiatrists say, listen, let's work on therapies to see why you don't love yourself. Why do you think you're born in the wrong body? And give them therapy.
Yeah.
And not drugs. But no, what do? They give them drugs. They mutilate
drugs.
themselves.
Yeah.
Like, it's just sick.
It is sick.
This is
sick.
so evil.
Yeah.
This is so evil. Like, really think about it.
And
Wrap
while
your heads around
while
it.
they're poisoning them and filling them with all these different drugs and mutilating them, they're also filling them with the propaganda that if anybody tells you like, hey, listen, this isn't a good idea, this is wrong, that they're the devil. And they make them crazy with that because it's also the propaganda. It's the puff pieces that they put out there. It's the people glorifying the guy saying, oh, look how loving he really is with his lover, even though he just shot somebody 200 yards away. Like that, it's rhetoric like that. That gets them even more crazy because then they feel that I'm the victim. Even though I shot somebody, I'm the victim. And it makes them okay with what's going on.
Well, I think that guy works for ABC, and ABC gets a lot of money from the pharmaceutical companies. So they don't want to report the truth about what's going on with that community. And I really think that the drugs that they're on, I mean, I remember when I was young, if you were playing a football and you took steroids, they used to call it roid rage.
Yeah.
They used to say, oh my God,
Yeah.
this person's on steroids. They have roid rage. They're nuts.
Right.
So why is that not the case when these people are being put on all these different kinds of steroids and drugs and all these other things that it's not like, wow, like we're really messing with their heads now.
Right. Yeah, you're probably right.
I don't understand it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very concerned about this, and I think the only way we're going to get out of it is through Jesus Christ. We have got to turn our hearts and minds back over to God.
Right. And they have to stop trying to make the church the enemy. And that comes from the left. Because the left for years has been teaching that the church is the enemy. Why? Because the church's values don't align with people cutting their dicks off.
Because the church will tell you no.
Right. The church will tell you what you're doing is not okay. And that's why they have pushed the agenda against the church.
Yeah.
That is why. So until that change happens, until they decide maybe we shouldn't continue to do this and go down this path, it's going to be very hard to have everybody unite and figure it out because you have one side that's telling you what the other people are doing is completely disgusting and that these people are the literal walking devils. You'll have people getting shot in the street because they're so crazy. Like that is what's happening here. This is a result of years and years and years and years of lies and propaganda being fed to the kids and fed to the youth and the future generations. And now you have all these 25-year-olds, 22-year-olds being able to go buy guns and then kill people with them because they're being fed lies. This is what happens because they started this process. I'm 25 years old. They started this process when I was 12 years old. And now here we are 13 years later. That kid was probably 9 years old when I was 12. And here they are now being able to go buy weapons and kill people. But then they'll try to turn it around and be like, oh, we got to take away all the guns. Why? So they could go buy it on the black market? That gun didn't have a serial number. God only knows where that gun came from.
Grandfather.
Bullshit, that guy, grandfather. You telling me that grandfather bought an illegal gun and then gave it to his grandson?
No.
Fuck that. There's no way. That's an illegal gun. That's a fake gun.
You think
it's all lies. It's all lies. It's lies up and down. It's all lies. And it
I
started
agree that there's
from
a
a young age.
lot of lies.
And at a young age, lies have been fed and fed and fed and fed and fed, and now we're getting the result. Now this is what happens.
I mean,
They just shot 5 cops in Pennsylvania on the way over here. 5 cops, 3 cops are dead. The guy was going to bring us a warrant, and they killed him off, and then killed themselves.
Oh gosh. Well, isn't anybody scared of going to hell anymore?
No, because they don't teach it. They don't follow the law of the church. Why? Because they just completely turned away. They completely turned away from God. They completely turned away from any sort of morale and moral values, anything like that. They completely turned their back from it, and they think they can do whatever they want and get high, and nobody cares. And that's what's happening. That's what's happening.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. Our Vice President, J.D. Vance, filled in for Charlie Kirk, and he's had enough. He's had enough with going out with his kids and having like middle-aged women do nothing but yell and scream at his 5-year-old children.
Yeah.
Like, it is really sick.
Yeah, let's show that. Let's show that clip. Let's go clip 9 here.
There is no unity with people who scream at children over their parents' politics. There is no unity with someone who lies about what Charlie Kirk said in order to excuse his murder. There is no unity with someone who harasses an innocent family the day after the father of that family lost a dear friend. There is no unity with the people who celebrate Charlie Kirk's assassination. And there is no unity with the people who fund these articles, who pay the salaries of these terrorist sympathizers, who argue that Charlie Kirk,
Jewish donors,
a loving husband and father, deserved a shot to the neck because he spoke words with which they disagree.
Just saying, it's Jewish donors who pay those salaries. George Soros.
The pharmaceutical companies too.
Yeah, but let's be clear, because Charlie even talked about that too. He talked about that on his show, how all these Jewish donors. By the way, I think I have that one too. That he was saying that people need to they need to wake up, because it's just the time has come now where people have to start pushing back on the lies that people are feeding them. Let's show clip 7 here. Let's go to clip 7, because this is the truth. This is the truth, and we have to get it out.
Jewish donors, they have a lot of explaining to do, a lot of decoupling to do, because Jewish donors have been the #1 funding mechanism of radical, open border, neoliberal, quasi-Marxist policies, cultural institutions, and nonprofits. This is a beast created by secular Jews. And now it's coming for Jews, and they're like, what on earth happened? And it's not just colleges. It's the nonprofits, it's the movies, it's Hollywood, it's all of them. It's like time for you guys to wake up and say no more. Draw a line in the sand. I don't care if you hate me.
Hello. Why do you think they're going to have Mandami becoming the mayor of New York City?
Yeah, they're going to have communism in New York.
They're going to literally have communism in New York. And let's be honest, there's a large Jewish community, and they're all liberal, and it's like they hate themselves.
But the sickest part is that he's winning by 24 points.
Of course he is. Well,
he's winning by 24
Carlos,
points.
That loser Cuomo, let's be honest, they should have never dusted off that loser. And they don't want to back Eric Adams because Eric Adams loves this country more than he hates other people.
Yeah.
And he wanted to work with Trump to clean up New York City because New York City was becoming a dump.
Yeah.
So the Democrats said, you can't work with Trump and try to make the city better. So they just sailed him off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, I feel so bad for Eric Adams. If I was in New York, I would be voting for Eric Adams, let me tell you. But you got to show what they did with Mandami.
in Staten Island.
Yes.
When he came for a little visit to the old Staten Island area. Absolutely.
They don't play in Staten Island.
Yeah, they don't. They definitely do not play in Staten Island. Let's show clip 4.
Well, give them Staten Island hospitality. How about that?
We heard that Mandani was going to be here, and we're not happy about it.
I hate communists, and if you vote for one, you are a communist and a liberal.
Police presence here at a Zohran Mamdani event at a restaurant on Staten Island has been stepped up. As you can see, there are police behind me after an angry group of protesters rushed into the private venue where Mamdani was holding a news conference.
I don't believe in communism, and that's what's coming to Staten Island.
That's what's coming to Staten Island.
That's what's going to
Fast
happen
and
to New York
Furious,
City.
they're coming.
And it is from all these subversive groups, but you know what it is? Because they're evil, and the people don't even realize that they're fighting the devil.
Again, another example. Who's voting for Mamdani? The young white generation is voting for Mamdani.
They said a lot of Jews are voting for Mamdani.
Well, the Jews...
Look at Bernie Sanders. He's the freaking socialist in chief. If
Yeah.
they had a chief executive officer of communists, it would be Bernie Sanders. Let's be honest.
It would be.
Okay?
He would be the head of the Communist Party.
The one who said, we're all taking money from pharmaceutical companies. Don't just give Elizabeth Warren a hard time, right?
Yeah, we're all getting a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these people are sick.
Big
They
time
don't
Jew.
care about you. They don't care about you. They only care about keeping power.
Yeah, keeping
And
power.
they want you to have less power.
And that's why Trump wants to have a new census where it only counts U.S. citizens. Because
Yeah.
I bet a lot of those big cities that get a lot of council seats or a lot of Congress seats, they're going to lose a lot of seats when they only count the true Americans. Because that was one of the biggest things, and people don't understand that. That's one of the biggest things with the sanctuary cities is because they use the sanctuary cities to pack Congress. That's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. That's the truth. It's not about being a good Samaritan. It's about packing the seats for the power.
Well,
that's what it's really about.
We lived in Connecticut for about 20 years, and every county would vote for the Republican, and then New Haven would come in.
Yeah.
Bridgeport would come in.
Yep.
Every vote was blue. All of a sudden, we'd lose.
Every
and
time.
then even once
Every time.
Bridgeport went red. And it was like, oh my gosh, they're not even fixing it in Bridgeport. Then New Haven found all these wet ballots that got wet. And they came in,
that
and
was
then
the
once
Bob
again.
Stefanowski.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ned Lamont, Bob Stefanowski.
Yes, when New
election.
Haven came in. Like, it's so disgusting. And the thing is
Stole
that
that
they're
in the
starting
middle
to
of the
get
night.
caught, and they're starting to be exposed. The
Yeah.
truth is coming to light because of people like Candace Owens, who is an independent journalist.
Yes.
And honestly,
100%.
Carlos, when we started this podcast, we didn't start it for a lot of money. We didn't say, oh, we want to make a lot of money doing a podcast.
No.
We were at home with COVID. Well, at the COVID, we didn't have COVID, but it was the COVID era in Connecticut
Yes.
where you couldn't leave your house.
Yep.
And we started the podcast because we wanted to reach out to people that we love. We wanted to talk to friends, to relatives, to our neighbors, people in the community, and try to wake them up. We need a great awakening in this country before it's too late.
Yeah.
Before it's too late.
And people got to step up, man. People got to step up. You can't bury your head in the sand anymore. You can't just go and bury your head in the sand and just accept what is what it is. And I hate those people almost as much as I hate the libs because they never push back and say, you know, what you're doing is wrong. They just bury their head in the sand. Enough is enough with burying your head in the sand. Wake up and fight back a little bit. And be like, enough is enough. We have to.
Truth.
Yes, you have
At
to say
least
the truth. You have to.
You don't have to have a fight, but you could say the truth and be like, well, no, that's a lie. That's not true.
But you know how you fight back? You go to church. You go to church to fight back. You talk about it amongst your friends. Tell them what that they're being lied to. That's what you do. It's okay to have political discussions. It's not you can't just hide from it anymore. We're not in elementary school. All right, I used to get shit all the time because I was the only person that would wake up in the morning and watch Fox News every single morning and listen to Michael Savage in the car. I would get shit on in the 6th grade. But we're 25 now. All right, we're adults. We're adults. It's time to start giving a shit. It's time to stop just being like, who cares? It is what it is, and we're not going to do anything about it. It's time to give a shit, guys. The young generation, the young men, which 54,000 Turning Point. Groups put in applications.
Yeah.
Turning Point's spreading massively, which is a great sign because people are giving a shit.
Yeah.
People are giving a shit. Wake up, ladies and gentlemen. It's time to care. We are at the point now where the United States is at one of its most pivotal directions, the pivotal points in its entire history. We're going into the 250th year of our country. It's time to wake up and make a difference. You have to wake up and make a difference every day. Because the left, they'll continue this narrative. They'll continue going on their leftist networks. They'll continue using social media to try to brainwash people, and they'll continue using the school systems. And it's up to us as adults to try to fight back and change the school systems.
And they'll continue using their victim mentality to try to manipulate you. Even though Jesus was crucified onto the cross, Mary did not become a victim. and start huge wars and fights. That's how you have to start thinking. How am I going to live a life that is closer to God, where God is walking beside me and I know that I could see the face of Jesus and say, hey, I did the right thing.
Yeah.
I'm living an honorable life.
Amen.
I didn't lie. I'm not spreading the lies. Okay? When people say something bad, say, I'm surprised you would say that. That's really not a nice thing to say.
Yeah.
And then if people are going to attack you, say, hey, you know what? I'm going to shake the dust off my sandals and move on. But I know what you're doing is not right. And I'm letting you know that I know, and I don't think what you're doing is right. And that's what we have to start doing.
We have to.
We have to start saying, hey, that's not right. You can't do that.
Yeah. You're 100% right. That is exactly what we have to start doing.
We get very manipulated
Yeah.
over, women are a victim. You can't, women could be so nasty sometimes.
Yeah,
I'll
big
see
time.
things the way that they just attack men.
Yeah.
And you have to say, no, what you're doing, young lady, is not right.
Right.
That is not acting like a lady. That's not being ladylike.
Not acting like a lady, coach.
Not
Act
acting
like a lady.
We have to start being civil in civilization again.
Yeah, big time.
It's time to start being civilized again. And you know what's so funny? I was talking to a very wise person today,
Oh,
right?
wise person.
And you know what they told me?
Okay, what did they tell you?
They said that they did a study where they put red ants and black ants in the same jar.
Okay.
And in the jar, they all coexisted fine.
Yeah.
There was no problem. What happened when they started to shake the jar was that they started attacking each other.
Really?
And what he told me, he said, you know what the problem is? We're busy attacking each other and we're not focusing on who is shaking the jar.
Yeah.
Who are the people trying to destroy and undermine our society? Think about it. Really, think about it. Who's undermining the family? Right?
Yeah.
That is the core of our civilization. Who's undermining the family? Right? Young people don't even want to have families anymore.
Right. They
You
just
know?
go career.
Or even you know what? I'll have babies, but I won't be married to the father,
Yep.
and I'll just be on public assistance. And who cares? I'm not you
Right.
have to start to be you know what? I'm good. I'm sorry to say, I'm going to sound like an old prude.
Uh-oh.
Sometimes you got to save yourself for marriage. Maybe save yourself and be like,
whoa.
when we're in a committed relationship, then we start to,
Get action.
exactly.
Have a little fun, huh?
Start love. Our body
Wow.
is the temple of our souls. Start acting like your body is the temple of your soul.
Yeah.
When are we going to start thinking in a holy way?
Yeah.
We really, because I want to be a saint. I want to go to heaven someday.
Yeah. But you were saying last night that should be everybody's goal.
That should be everybody's
goal
is to be holy.
Yeah.
We should all wake up every morning, thank God, and try, how can I be holy? How can I be the best version of
Yeah.
myself the way that the Lord intended me to be?
But that ideology, that thought, that has to come from the family. That has to come from the family because they're not going to get it in the schools.
Well, you know what, Carlos? But the thing is that you can do it in the family, and then they're going to have other things that are going to influence them that they
Right.
still lose it. It
Right.
comes from within. You have to take ownership.
Yeah.
You have to own it. You need to go and do the work and develop your relationship with God. Don't blame anybody else. Because let me tell you, I know a lot of people had it very hard growing up, and they have grown into the most amazing people. And I know people who have had great family lives,
Yeah.
and they've become terrible people. It's really the truth.
Terrible.
Terrible people.
Yeah.
So the thing is that it's your responsibility.
It's true.
You have dominion over yourself.
Yeah.
So make the right play, make the right choice,
Make the
and
right
go to
play.
church and pray and say, how am I going to be holy today? How am I going to spread love, not hate? You know?
Spread love, not hate.
It's
Put it on a
so
shirt.
annoying. It's you can't point out anything before it's oh, but what about this and what about that and what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Yep.
What about looking in the face of Jesus and say, now, if I said this to Jesus' face, what would he say?
Yeah, but
Seriously.
they have no respect. They have no respect for Jesus.
Or they lie, and they
That's-
have people who lie to them, and it's a lot easier to hold on to the anger than it is to let it go, be holy, and focus on healing and being a better person.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right. You have to do that. You have to do the work if you're going to have a good relationship with God. It's very important. And I think that people, as they get older, it sometimes it comes a little more naturally to them where they start really caring, rather than in the earlier ages, they don't share the same, I guess, They don't put it as high of an importance.
Well, I agree with you because wisdom comes with age.
Right. Yeah. So as they get older.
Yes, because I go to daily mass, and let me tell you, I'm probably one of the youngest people at daily
Easily.
mass.
Easily.
There are a couple of other
30
people.
years, probably.
There are a couple of other people, but honestly, and I have to say, I've never been happier. I've never been happier in my life.
Well, you're 100% right, because I have to say I love my Monday night meetings with my old ladies talking St. Vincent de Paul. It's nothing like it. Talk about an exciting spot to be on Monday, every second and fourth Sunday of the month at St. Paul's Catholic Church. It's a blast. And you talk
to them about making a difference in the world.
Making a difference every day. Every day we're making a difference, going out and helping somebody. That's why I love it so much, because it's the one ministry that I've been a part of, and one group, honestly, that I've been a part of, that actually every single day we're talking to somebody different and helping somebody else. Every single day. Like, so, and it's not like, we're going to have a concert and raise $100 million and never see a dime of it. It's like every single day we're scrounging up money so that we can go buy somebody a bed, or go pay somebody's rent, or pay somebody's electric. And we're doing it every single day directly to the person, not going through some crap NGO. No, we're going to just pay directly to the person. That's why it's such a great ministry. Shout out St. Vincent de Paul. If you have a St. Vincent de Paul ministry in your area, when you join a church, you should definitely join it, because it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. You actually make a difference every single day. It's awesome.
I would totally agree with that.
Yeah, it's a great ministry.
A lot of times when you do charitable works, you end up getting more out of it than who you're doing the works for.
Totally.
And I've noticed that in my own life.
You get purpose. You get a little bit of purpose.
And you also feel the Holy Spirit when you're doing God's work.
Yeah.
Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord.
Yeah.
Right?
I always tell people, whoever is sad or depressed and feeling down, or I always say, honestly, I always feel so much better when I go and volunteer. And I love it. I love it. I got hockey coming up. It's going to take I'm going to be having something every single day of the week.
Yeah.
And just be busy all the time. But you feel so much, fulfillment in doing that. You feel fulfilled because you're making a little kid's day by helping them get better at hockey. You're making somebody's day by giving them a bed to sleep in at night, or keeping their lights on a little bit longer. You're making a difference in the community. And that's what it's about. And that's another thing, because if people were actually volunteering instead of just hanging out at home and doing nothing and just reading angry things online and becoming crazy, they probably would be better.
Yeah.
You'd probably be a better person. But instead, everybody's just hanging out at home, doing nothing, just scrolling X and reading about how much of a racist Donald Trump is, and how MAGA people are fascists and we should end all MAGA people, and then you go and kill the MAGA person.
Well, you know
that's what happens.
Like Jesus said, instead of worrying about taking the splinter out of your brother's eye, worry about the beam that's in your eye.
Yeah, big time.
Okay?
Big
worry
time.
about what you're doing that's wrong. Instead of always judging other people and acting like what they're doing is, so horrible and you're so great. And, you think you have problems? No, I really are the one. No. Stop worrying about the splinter in your brother's eyes, worry about the beam in your eye, and start being accountable, develop your relationship with God, and start making a difference and love your neighbor. Right? Didn't he say the best is to love your neighbor as yourself?
Love your neighbor as yourself. Guys,
come on.
and it's okay to have political discussions. That's what Charlie Kirk wanted us to know, is that it's okay to have political discourse. It's okay to have political discussions. Don't run from it. Make a difference. Every single day, if you want to take something from this podcast, make a difference. Find a way to make a difference. Wake up, get to church, start praying, and get out there and make a change. We have to, for the benefit of this country. It's going to be 250 years old coming July 4th, 2026. We have to start waking up. The young generation, we got to start waking up. And it's a great sign. 54,000 plus turning points. People are starting to wake up. People want to make a change. It's up to you guys now. Those who are at home, those who are listening, find a way you can make a difference in your community, because it's going to be so beneficial to you. I promise you it's going to be so beneficial. You have to do it. Coach, what do you got? Anything else?
No, I think, I think we got our message across, and I hope that everybody thinks about what we said and tries to love everybody. And I want to say, don't forget about the Visionaires concert coming up.
Oh, the Visionaires. You got a little promo for the Visionaires?
Go on Eventbrite. Well, it's just, what it is? It's so positive. The music is so beautiful.
Yeah.
It's so positive. You could feel the Holy Spirit when you're there dancing and listening to the music. So go on Eventbrite, look it up.
Yeah.
It's on, I'm pretty sure it's like October 11th.
Oh, really? There's so many things going on October 11th. I have like a million things that day. I'm gonna be so busy, and I got work on top of that too.
Oh wait, sorry, I'm looking on
October 11th.
It's October 11th.
It's crazy busy day.
The Visionaires anniversary party. Let's come. Let's party. Let's hang out.
Is that an El Rico type event?
Yes, it is.
Let me tell you something. El Rico's events always talk about a positive energy event. It's always a positive energy event. I have to say, I've never been in one of his events where it's just like, this is.
But that's because he does everything in the name of the Lord.
It's always about. It's always about. Yeah, it's always a positive event,
awesome.
And he does a great job. So I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it if you're in the Pensacola area, looking for something to do on October 11th. But Coach, another great show, guys. Thank you guys so much for those who are tuning in live. Make sure you guys are sending it out, liking, subscribing on the YouTube channel, following on the Rumble page. Make sure you guys are following all of our socials. It's right down below. I'm gonna figure out where to point right there. I'm pointing right at it, guys. Make sure you follow all those social pages on X, on Instagram, on TikTok. Make sure you guys are following our Facebook page as well. We're getting stuff out to you guys, getting out clips and everything. And just share, guys. Share the message. Share the message. Like I said, we got to start doing something. We got to start doing something. Yes, pray. Pray it out. And pray for this country, make a difference every day, and let's turn this ship around, man. There's just so much negative energy. There's negative energy all week. Let's have a positive week this week and come back next Wednesday with some positivity.
Yeah, with some good TikToks that are funny.
Yeah, some good TikToks. That's it. Find some good TikToks. Send it in to us. Send it in to us on our socials. Go to our social media pages and send us some cool TikToks, some fun TikToks that you guys like, and maybe we'll throw it on there. But guys, next Wednesday, same time, same place, 8 p.m. Eastern time, 7 p.m. Central Time, YouTube, Rumble, and X. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you guys so much, and have an awesome week. Let's be positive. Let's make a difference. Enjoy, guys. See you later.